Good morning. It's the morning of Hyrox. I'm just getting up. I'm feeling super nervous, and not like nervous like I don't got this. I'm feeling more nervous like I'm so excited to get going and to do it. It's currently 7 a.m. My race time is at 9:50. So I'm gonna start by going downstairs, eating my vitamins, taking my vitamins, eating some breakfast, and kind of going from there. All this time I've thought about Hyrox. I never considered I was going to do my hair for Hyrox. I think I'm going to do a half up, half down. So yeah, since we are trying to show off for my friend's hair company, we're going to do half up, half down. That's going to be the Hyrox look of the day. Time to go warm up. We're about 30 minutes outside of race time. Warm up. Some people are already running, which is making me like a little angsty, but we have like 5 miles to run, so there is no reason to rush to start running right now. But we're heading down to warm up. We're getting nice and toasty.
Although it's freezing, it is cold.
It is extremely cold right now, so we gonna be warm, that's for sure. If you've never done Hyrox before, you start off with a 1 kilometer run, and between each station, you also do a 1 kilometer run. The first station you get to is the SkiErg, and that's 1,000 meters on the SkiErg, and we decided we would alternate every 250 meters, so total she'd do 500, I would do 500, and we did this because we both have 2 different approaches, and just make it easier on each other. I do slow, longer strokes, she does short, faster strokes, but it both keep us within our time range. All of your times count in Hyrox, and this in-between space of when you finish your run but before you actually start your station is called the rock zone, and you are timed for this, so you want to usually keep some pep in your second station is the 50-meter sled push. Me and my partner communicate really well, so usually when we're on our runs, we're discussing who's going to start, who's going to do what, how we're feeling about what we're going to do next. Even before we came into this, I was very much like, you take the lead on the sled push and sled pull. I'm more of the endurance person. So she started off the sled push, but I held my end. But my partner is amazing. It's good to choose a partner that balances you and your strengths, so that you guys can push through these things together. Heading into our 3rd round, technically the 6th round of the entire workout, we were still both feeling really good. This is the 50-meter sled pull, and this was very difficult for me. I knew it was going to be difficult for me. I discussed it with her beforehand. I discussed it with her when we were training, that the sled pull was going to be one of the hardest ones for me. But since the sled push was so easy for me, surprisingly, at the competition, I was like, oh, this will be easier. No, the sled pull looks just as much of a struggle for me each time as it is in each of these clips of me pulling. And then I think at one point I even got a warning from the gentleman you can see right here when I was on this side, because my foot had touched the line. Your feet cannot touch the line. My teammate really held it down. She has that leg strength, that upper body strength that really pulled it together for us. We had such a great support system, and we really needed it, especially for everyone's least favorite, the burpee broad jumps. The plan for this was she's going to do as many as she can, I'm going to do as many as I can, and we go from there. I started this one off, and then you see where that girl in the pink shorts in the back is? That's about where Yana stopped, and that's where I started. So I brought us over that yellow line and to here. And then I'm like, oh, that's enough. I can't do any more right now. We're going to switch it to you. And we aim to do about 5 to 8 each time that we swapped. So I would do 5 to 8, she would do 5 to 8. My main focus was jumping as far as I possibly could. I did not want to do any more burpees than I actually had to do. So as far as I can jump is as far as I was going to jump. And at this point, I felt like I was dying. And Yana felt the same. She gets about 3 or 4 more in. I take us to about halfway, and then she brings us home. She killed it. You would think, oh, it's time to relax. No, it's not. The 1,000-meter rowing, although it is one of the easier stations of the 8, we kept the same approach. We did 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off for each person with this one. Again, I have long, slow strokes. She has short, faster ones. I don't know if it's because we're, like, my limbs are longer, but we both took the different approaches, but we got to our goal in the time that we wanted, and all I did was focus and make sure we were matching our times, and we were. On to station 6, farmer carries. Even my mother said, oh, Kalia's gonna be good at this one. And I picked up those weights and immediately started moving. I should have jogged faster, actually, now that I'm looking at myself not really going as fast as I wanted to do. But it was still fast. We had a great time. I think this station in total took me and Yana a minute 15, a minute 20, something like that. Point is, that farmer carry was like, whew, I'm almost done. At this point, my adrenaline's up and I'm coming around the corner to feel like I feel good. I can keep going even longer. How much more do we have left? We can do this. Station 7 is Sandbag Lunges, and again, me and my partner are actively throughout the entire race discussing how we're feeling, what we're feeling, who wants to start, who wants to finish, and just working through it. Sandbag Lunges was one that I knew she was going to struggle with, and she knew she was going to struggle with because of one of her knees has an injury, and so I was like, I'm just head down, focusing, gonna get this done. I lead us through this first row, then she starts the second one, and I want to say she completes the entire second one, and then half of the third one, and then I finish off the fourth. Very similar to the sled pull. We balance each other out and our strengths and our weaknesses so that we can both succeed in this. She then goes on to complete, as I said, this entire second row and the first half of the third, then I tap in the second half of the third and complete the fourth, and then we are done with the lunges. On to the last run. Last Hyrox station, 100 wall balls. I start this off because I'm not sure how many I'm going to be able to do, so I hit 15, then she does 20, getting us up to 35. Then we begin to alternate. At one point we're doing 10 and 10. This station was the hardest for me, not because exactly of the workout, even though I kind of was because of the workout. It was more because our judge, lovely gentleman, great person, but he was like, get lower, get lower. And I was like, I felt like my butt was already touching the floor, but you know, I'm trying to get lower. Then at one point he said, your first one starts when you go up. And so then like, I was like, okay, so then I throw the ball up, then I squat down. He's like, no, you don't do that. So there was a lot of communication going on that was making me confused as we were doing this workout. So I'm just like, I just know I squat, the ball has to hit up there, my butt has to get low enough. So we finished those 100 wall balls and on to the finish line. We complete our Hyrox at 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 13 seconds.
Woo! How you feeling? Yeah. Oh. That's hard. How you feeling? That's hard. But you did it. Thing hard, but you did it.
We finished. We're about 45 minutes coming down from completing Hyrox. We completed it in 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 13 seconds. We did amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. I'm so proud to have you as my partner.
Oh, you're so sweet. Don't make me cry. In front of the people.
We carried each other when we needed it. We got through it. We motivated each other.
Facts.
This was definitely one of the most challenging things I've done, and one of the things I'm most proud having done. Amazing.
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
incredible.
I am home from Hyrox and I am exhausted. I do feel like so empowered, like I'm like, hell yeah, I did this. But I also feel so exhausted. I'm going to take a shower, take a nap. Maybe I'll give a little debrief later with even more detail. We handled our business. Like, I mean, you guys will see all the clips. You guys saw all the clips that I posted. So that's a wrap.